Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Based EDH, your source for no cringe commander. I'm your host, Tyler.
I'm also your host, Dakota.
And we are going to do a little bit of a more different episode today. We kind of built the channel to do deck techs, but we wanted to do a little bit of a get to know you because it's our second episode, and usually you do that on the first episode.
Yeah, if we were smart, we would have done it on the first episode. But when the glory of God graces you with Silumgar and the Drifting Rats,
when you just gotta let the people know when the Gospel of Silumgar is at the door, you open. But anyway, we've just been so excited to make the podcast that we haven't, really thought things through. But that's okay. We're gonna get through it, and we're gonna make a show. We're gonna come at you with a little bit of a shorter episode than what we're usually gonna do. We just wanted to tell you who we are and what you can kind of expect from the channel. So, Dakota, what made you want to make the Based EDH podcast?
well, I love Magic, and I love Commander specifically.
Based.
But it seems that every single YouTube channel ends up sounding the same, of the same California hippy dippy, we started a podcast baloney.
That being said, we are 25-year-old white men, and so if we didn't have a podcast already, the government would give us one by the time we hit 30. So,
and instead of talking about soy milk and bugs, we said, okay, let's talk about something we actually care about.
Yeah.
Hence, Magic the Gathering. But we started this. I wanted to start this channel because I like my boy. We are both retarded, but when you put us together, we can think of some pretty creative stuff. See episode 1.
Yes.
And so I wanted to do it to kind of get our ideas out there in a way that isn't just through the vein of a Californian. Not to insult Californians.
Not all of them.
But
just San Francisco,
just the generic YouTube douchebag, and it's just not what I'm trying to be.
Yeah, and we're not trying to crap on anybody either, because
I'm trying a little bit.
You kind of got to know your audience when you go to play the game. When you show up to the LGS, you don't expect people in suit and ties. You kind of expect the nerd who might not have showered in 2 days, and we kind of wanted to part from that identity just a little bit, because I might not be a perfect guy. I'm a pretty all around good guy. But you get a little sugar in me, and I go a bit cuckoo. But the reason I wanted to make the channel is because I listen to lots of people make podcasts or make YouTube content, and I have a blast listening. I love hearing their ideas about deck techs, and all I do when I go to work, my mind...
All I do is go to work.
All I do is go to work. That's what it feels like. Finally, we got a break and can make the show.
Insert Gary Glitter, but rock and roll part
2. But all I do at work is I listen to podcasts, and I spray fields, and I contemplate Commander decks, because let's be honest, it's my favorite game. It really is. It's such a fun social format, and I love it. But I'm not even necessarily a super conservative guy or nothing, but the dominant force of Magic content is very liberal. And if you are liberal, I'm not trying to crap on you or anything. Welcome to the show. But it's just not quite who I am, and it doesn't seem like there's anybody out there who's making this sort of a show where we are kind of a bit more loosey-goosey. We don't necessarily care if we step on toes. We're not
going to shove propaganda down your throat.
Yeah, we're not going to shove propaganda down your throat, for sure.
Perfect example. Everybody knows the professor. He makes great videos. I love his videos. But I'll tell you what, every time he posts on social media, every time he has to throw something political into the conversation, it's just awful.
And we're not here for the political conversation. You're here because you want to know more about Magic, or you want his recommendations on products. The professor is unmatched in his reviews on deck boxes.
If the professor says he doesn't like something, I won't buy it.
Yeah, facts. Hard facts.
But when he goes through and blocks me on Twitter...
Okay, listen.
Hashtag unironically, I am actually blocked on Twitter by the professor.
And Pleasant Kenobi because you called him a Brit.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry that I live in a better country than you do.
Yeah, we haven't had to care what he thinks since 1776. Based. But that we wanted to make the channel because there's a niche market out there. I mean, we live in Idaho. It's a pretty conservative place, and I just it's kind of a warped world, no pun intended. I know that's a magic card. When you hop onto like a podcast online, and I go from living my life here, and I get culture shocked into now you're going to hear about abortion, and you're going to hear about gay rights, and and no matter what you think about it, it's going to get shoved down your throat. And honestly, I don't really care. I have my opinions on everything, of course, but that's not what the show's about.
A perfect example is Spice 8 Rack. He's kind of a smaller YouTube channel. He does a lot of war stuff, but he makes fantastic war videos. He did
I know who you're talking about.
He did a video talking about the war of every Commander Legends commander, and it was great. It was perfect. But you had to throw in a little thing about how capitalism is evil while making a video, posting it on YouTube to make money, while talking about a card game somebody created to make money.
While making ad revenue on YouTube.
Selling a book that somebody made to make money. The whole thing was just a complete hypocritical video based off that one little sentence. And that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to be upfront with who we are.
All I'm saying is you got to pay money if you want to visit Karl Marx's grave. So let's just take that for what it is.
Anyways, Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering. We are going to be a little bit more political or a little bit saucy in this episode, just because we want to let you know what you're getting into, and if that's the sort of thing you're here for. And
we're not going to hide behind trying to make YouTube money or anything like that. No. We're not going to appease the YouTube gods. We're going to be who we are. And if you're here for the ride, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yep. We don't wish ill on anybody. We wish the best. We wish... No. That's in the Bible, my guy.
Yeah, all right.
Pray for those who do evil unto you, my brother.
Yes, Jesus loves everybody. I'm working on it.
Yeah, and it's hard. But, Anyways, so I want to talk about what the game means to us. And that kind of ties in with our other point of how we started playing Magic. So I'll take the lead on this one. Magic the Gathering is, it was just a means by which I hung out with my friends for the longest time. And, I started playing 60-card kitchen table jank in about 2014. And I had a ton of fun with the people around me. But I never even started playing Commander until about 6 months later. And when I tried to build a deck, none of my friends wanted to build Commander decks. They were all they were either playing Standard, there was one guy who played Modern, and there was 60 card. There was 60 card.
Let me spend $3,000 on a deck just to go 0-3 at the Pro Tour.
Bruh, okay, listen, we spend thousands of dollars so that we cannot even go to the Pro Tour. There's not even a chance of us making money.
I have 36 decks.
You don't have 36 decks.
Bullshit, I don't.
Do you have
actually 36 I have 36 decks? I counted. Technically 35 because I lost
Ashling and 99 Mountains is not a Commander deck. I don't care if it's legal. That doesn't count. Because then I have plenty of decks too.
If anybody has seen my Elish Norn deck, let me know. I cannot find it. It's in a clear deck box with the Plains art sleeves.
Hashtag no Norn left behind.
Hashtag no Norn left behind.
But Norn left behind because Norn is jank. Actually, I'm full of it. Norn the Wary is actually a great effing deck. Shout out to CCO, the Commander Cookout podcast. They're my favorite show. And Brando's got a Norn the Wary deck that he's trying to foil out. He's 2 cards away.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty freaking based, bro. You're gonna go that deep into mono red. Oh, makes me so happy. But anyways, I'm getting off the point. The game is what it means to me is a chance to get to know my friends better, to express myself through expensive cardboard, and to not spend my money on cocaine because I will not have any money left over once I build this month's deck or whatever it is I decide to do.
See, I found that if you just do cocaine as well, your wife finds a way. I am unironically addicted to crack.
He is not. He's not. He's lying. He's doing that for internet clout. Don't listen to him.
I am doing that for internet clout.
Do not have...
I will be posting an apology video later.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Sorry.
So sorry.
The game meaning to me is pretty similar to Tyler. So I started playing it when Tyler did. We hung out. We both went to college together. That's how we met. Freshman year, we hung out a little bit, but I played Magic like once or twice with like you and Igor.
Yeah. Shout out to Igor.
The one guy with the long hair whose name I can't remember. Shout out to that guy.
We're at college. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Yeah, we went to a liberal arts college. Half of them had long hair. But I never really got into it. Sophomore year, we played a little bit. That was when I bought my first deck, I think. Was sophomore year. I bought one of those, the $15 with the 2 packs.
Yeah, you bought the
Planeswalker decks before Planeswalker.
Yeah, mono blue Eldrazi
back processors.
Yeah, that was a fun deck.
I remember I was able to. The first time I ever beat Tyler was with that deck with a Bane of Balaged. Because he had to sacrifice 2 permanents, and it was either sacrifice his lands or sacrifice his creatures and lose, and he just said, I lose. But freshman year, we became roommates, and that is when I started playing Magic even more. And just on a whim, Tyler was like, here, let's try this format called Commander.
Because nobody would play Commander with me.
Just built the greatest Commander. If you watch the Nitpicking Nerds,
my gosh.
This is the greatest Commander.
Buckle up. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take this for a second. I'm going to hit this for a second. So, the Nitpicking Nerds have got a YouTube channel. If you somehow ended up here, you probably know about them. They make a great show. They did a rating system of everything that can be your commander. Every legendary creature and walker in some instances that can be your commander. And the worst commander that they rated on their scale of artwork, playability, power was Tobias Andrian. Tobias Andrian, I think, is a 4/4 for 4 and a white and a blue. And he's just a human. Or whatever he's been errated to. He's old. But he's terrible. But Tyler had the legendary creature, so I'm like, I'm going to build this cool commander game. So, if that tells you how good my destiny is, the very first deck I ever built was the Nitpicking Nerds 0 rated commander.
The second deck you ever built, because the first deck you built was the one that you let me play with, my first ever game of Magic.
Okay,
it was the first mythic you pulled. It's foil mythic you pulled.
Oh, yeah. Well, I built them all at the same time. The first actual commander deck So, the first real commander deck that I actually tried to build was also a terrible commander. Which was my foil Ulrich of the Krallen Horde. I can't speak. Ulrich of the Krallen Horde that I pulled from a booster pack. And I was like, I'll build red-green werewolves.
Wizards, please
Help me with the werewolf commander. Or make me a new, what's her name? What's that girl, the planeswalker that likes werewolves?
Oh, yeah. I know
no, I can't think of it.
She was in War of the Spark.
It's not Arden. It's Arden's the new from Commander Legends. Forget it. But I was like, make her legal. If we
knew how to video edit, we would put her on the screen.
Yeah, we don't know how to video edit, which is why you get to look at the Ur-Dragon. I'll move my mouse away so I'm not a complete degenerate. But anyway, at the same time I built Tobias Andrian, I also built original Arcades Sabbath.
That deck was fun.
It was fun, but it was god-awful. I was using things like Killer Whale in that deck, which is like a 3/3 for 5. You can pay a blue, it gains flying until the end of the turn, and it's a whale.
Didn't you have an enchantment that's like just as a zebra in the middle of the sky
flight.
art?
You're thinking of flight. You pay a blue, you enchant a creature, it gains flying, and it just shows a zooted zebra
just in the air.
Through the air. Just like, I want you to imagine Wolves by Kanye West. Just zebra through the air. And that is what got it into the deck. It was not for the power. It was not for the power at all.
Anyways, so we played that first commander game, and I sat down and I said, wow, I'll tell you what, Tyler, that is the most fun I've ever had playing Magic, and if we did more of that, that would be dope. And then we proceeded to fuck off with every other form of Magic together, and did just that for the next, 8 years of our lives?
Yes, something like that. Well, I mean, I've been playing since 2014. 2014, it's 21 now, so that's 7 years-ish. And then I started playing Commander. I started playing a little bit of Commander like 6 months later, but nobody would play with me. So I didn't really start playing Commander until about 2016. So
I didn't start till 2017.
Yeah,
the only reason I know that is because of my promo Galta.
Yeah,
promo release Galta.
Dude, that That pre-release Galta.
I made a good investment on that.
Yo.
This is my investment tip of the video. Buy Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan. Those card prices are only going up.
Yo, Ixalan turned out to be a great set. I'm so glad that you got to start playing during it.
Tower, how long had you waited for dinosaurs to come out?
A little while.
And then how long did I wait for dinosaurs to come out?
Not that long.
Basically, I started playing when Ixalan came out.
Dinosaur gang.
I'm gonna build Geshath, and Tower just sat there and said, I'll go fuck myself.
That's just like me. I've been playing Smash Bros for so long, and I've been trying to get Dakota into it, but he doesn't dig it as much as I do. And he's like, well, as soon as Doom Guy gets announced as a playable character, I'll buy Smash Bros and play it. And I'm like, oh, come on. And I tell you what, I would love to have Doom Guy in Smash Bros, but I know he's probably not going to make it.
Nintendo, please.
Nintendo, please. Please give me Smash Bros. And I know that he just became a Mii costume, but please put the Dovahkiin in Smash Bros. Everybody else is crying over Dante, and I'm like, Fusro, don't. Yo. Oh, anyway. But, yeah, that's how we started playing Magic, was just, 60 card kitchen table jank. And slowly but surely we worked up and
what was it, Sengir Aristocrat, something like that?
Oh, Sengir Vampire was the first way you ever died.
And I was like, man, how do I ever stop this? It's got flying. It's a 4/4.
Yeah, I mean,
what do I do?
How do you stop a 4/4 flyer that gets bigger, but you got to pay 6 for it and it doesn't have haste?
And now look at me. Now if the creature costs 6, man, it better win me the game.
Yeah. Now if I don't have Galta out by turn 3, I mean, what's the point of even playing Magic? I've done that once.
It was based. It's almost as cool as the turn 4 Ulamog.
Oh my gosh. I think we've both turned forward an Ulamog before.
I think we have too, yeah.
Which is awesome. So Dakota pulled a foil one.
That is my greatest pull.
Which pissed me off because I'd had an Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger deck, for about a year, and then Dakota's like, yes, today I will buy a pack of Zendikar. Or what was it? Battle for Zendikar.
Battle for Zendikar.
Today I will buy a pack of Battle for Zendikar.
At GI Card Shop in Grand Island, Nebraska. If you go there, tell Gary I said hi. Great store.
Yeah, seriously. Gary's a cool dude. He gave me, seriously, I was going to buy, 200-something lands because I needed lands for my cube I was building. And he just gave them to me. So I'm like, oh, I don't think so. And I ended up buying a bunch more stuff from him. But yeah, that was just a nice bro.
That was my really only LGS, my actual LGS that I've ever went to and played at consistently, and boy was that worth it. He knows how to run a good business.
There's a lot of cool dudes that play there too. We did right before I proposed to my wife, we did the
Tower, you play Magic, you don't have a wife.
Yeah, I do, dude. What I tell you, this is a different kind of Magic show. You kidding me? You telling me Dana Roach doesn't have a wife? That's a handsome mofo. If I've ever seen one.
I don't know which one Dana Roach is.
Oh, he's one of my favorite podcasters.
I know he's on the EDH Retcast. I just don't know.
He's also on CMD Central with Max Crandell. And what's the other guy's name?
We are sponsored by CC Central.
We are not sponsored. We're not sponsored by him. We're not sponsored by Max Crandell.
He gave us $5 and some chicken nuggets.
He sent us the Dairy Queen.
Dude, when Dairy Queen does that Blizzard thing, I lose my mind.
Oh my gosh, they flip it over. Dude, did you ever hear about the girl that went to Dairy Queen working for a while and she stopped working and she went to McDonald's and then she goes to hand somebody the drink and just dumps it out on the ground?
Turns it upside down.
Welcome McDonald's, get your crap and get out. Yo, well, we gotta move it along because we want to make this a shorter episode. We want to wrap things up today by telling you about the visions we have for the channel. Dakota, do you want to hit this one on the head?
It's going to be a lot of deck techs. We have a lot of decks already built, so we got a bunch of them down the pipeline that we can do. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could do a deck tech a day and not have to make any new content for, 2 months?
Yep. Seriously.
It's insane. We are also open to doing kind of videos like this where we might just talk about stuff, talk about the new sets that come out, new commanders, things we're vibing, things we're feeling. Generic Magic the Gathering podcast stuff, underrated cards, favorite cards, that kind of crap.
We might do some list videos every once in a while.
But you know, we're going to be a deck tech channel.
So the vision I have for the channel is we will keep putting videos on YouTube for as long as we, conceivably can. And that's going to be its own thing. My personal goal for the podcast, I want to be on Spotify. I want to be on, your Podbean, your Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, because that's my passion. Because I'm at work listening to podcasts, and I chain them because I spray fields for a living. I get in a sprayer and I spray cornfields like the absolute hick I am. And all I do is just kind of listen to what's going on in the community, but not a lot of people really act like me or my boy Dakota here. So I feel like we can fill that niche a little bit. My vision for the channel, eventually, one of us is going to learn how to edit, and then we won't have to do the JPEGs on the screen anymore. As much as I love looking at this hand-painted Ur-Dragon.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking mad shit for somebody in grinding distance, my guy.
Yeah, okay. If you don't have me by turn 4, your ass is as grasses, and I'm the lawnmower.
You and I both know that Zada has won on turn 4 before. Maybe not 1 on turn 4, but she did like 20 damage on turn 4.
That's pretty base, but I'm pretty sure I've turned 4 my Ur-Dragon, too.
Yeah, but I mean, ooh.
Yeah, he's the Ur-Dragon.
Does he?
Dude, I won by just having him exist here. You should be so lucky that you got to even play against him. Especially because he's like $40 right now.
Dude, that's cool and all, dude, but Zada does not remember asking.
Yeah, that's pretty based. Yeah, and you have the cool, you had an artist do an altar
Ours
for
from
you.
like Sweden. And
Yeah.
I paid $60 for a $3 card.
Shout out to Sweden, bro. Anyways,
shout out to Sweden, where their motto is, man, we don't care what's going on with Germany. We're neutral.
That's Switzerland, you idiots.
It's the same country.
They're not the same
They're
country.
the same country.
They take offense to that.
Then they can build their fence. I don't care.
Oh, man. I like Sweden. I like Norway, too. I had tons of friends from Norway and Sweden from high school.
I don't care about any country that isn't Poland or America.
What about Australia?
Fuck them.
What are they going to do? Get more upside down on us?
Wait, mate. Man, I sure do love being an island full of criminals and free men back 100 years ago, but now I have to license my Nerf gun. Oh, boy.
You have a point. But one of my favorite YouTubers is from there, so we have to give them a little credit. Shout out to Little Z, Smash Bros. Gang. Yeah, but anyway, that's what we wanted to kind of talk about today. Was just a quick run through of what we are as a channel, where we intend to go, kind of who we are, and we are probably going to work on a deck tech after this because that's what I love to do. I love building commander decks. And we're going to try to bring you kind of, not necessarily just the completely jank commander decks. We want decks that work and play and compete.
We don't build decks that aren't going to win.
Yeah, every time we pick up a deck and sit at the table, we intend to win.
Yep.
But we don't let that competition get in the way of the true meaning of the game, which is to have fun with your friends.
Yep.
And I would like to...
If you don't have friends, take a bath. Go to your LGS. Odds are, if you take a bath, you'll be one of the top 5 attractive people there.
Yeah, and being attractive is based. Very, very based.
Take a shower.
Take a shower. I take showers, and I also don't really go to my LGS that often. But I want to because we're gonna play some D&D at the LGS, bro.
I'm excited.
Are you actually excited for that?
I'm gonna be a pirate.
Is this guy a pirate? Pirates are in this year. Anyway, but that's pretty much the episode for today. I've tried to end it like 3 times, and we keep getting caught up talking about random BS. We're going to bring you some really cool deck techs, some stuff that hopefully you haven't heard of before, that gives you I'm hoping it gives you inspiration to build decks, play, and have fun with your friends. And I think that's pretty much the episode, my guy.
I think that's the episode,
That's the episode. Are we working on a deck tech after this?
We might be working on a deck tech.
Yeah, if our friends don't show up, they're supposed to come over and play, but nobody's here except for me and Dakota. Cringe. Kodiak, if you're listening to this, fuck you. Get your butt over here, boy. You said you'd be here 20 minutes ago. I had time to eat that sriracha shrimp while you was gone. Anyways, we're going to go find more sriracha shrimp, and we will see you guys
This has been
later.
Based EDH.
This has been Based EDH. And remember,
buy guns.
Buy guns and invest in your 401k. Have a nice day.